I now request the chair of the 48th Convocation to announce that the convocation has begun.
The convocation process has begun.
Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the 48th Convocation for the PGDM program at IMDR Pune. IMDR offers 2 years full-time postgraduate diploma in management approved by AICT New Delhi and DT Maharashtra. The present convocation is for the 10th AICT approved PGDM batch. The PGDM course is modeled on instructional system design methodology, which aims at integrating different disciplines in management to make it an enriching field of thought. Ours is one of the few programs to introduce courses in humanities like psychology and sociology in first semester. To make our students industry ready and employable, we offer dual specializations in supply chain and operations, HR, marketing, finance, industrial trade, international trade, business analytics, and entrepreneurship and startup management. IMDR is committed to the kind of management education which contributes to enlightened management practices and sustained growth of work organization. Our students should be helped to become thoughtful and sensitive professionals with commitment to simultaneously contributing to environment and self. Now, I request Dr. Shikha Jain, Director IMDR, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Pritha. Honorable Chair of the 48th Convocation Ceremony of the Deccan Education Society's Institute of Management Development and Research, our Chairman, Governing Body and Council DES, Dr. Sharad Kunte, esteemed Chief Guest of the ceremony, Shri Mukesh Malhotra, Honorable Vice Chairman, GBN Council and Chairman of IMDR's Board of Management, Shri Mahesh Athavle, Honorable Secretary, DES, Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni, Honorable Members of the Council and Office Bearers from DES and our sister institutes, visionaries of IMDR, my faculty colleagues, and all associated, our valued alumni from various batches, parents of our past and present students, the most special guests in the audience today, the diplomates, and dear friends. On behalf of IMDR, I am privileged to welcome you all to this august occasion of the convocation of the batch of 2022. Your presence today energizes us. Your blessings and wishes make today's ceremony auspicious. We are honored to have as our chief guest, Shri Mukesh Malhotra. Mr. Mukesh Malhotra joined the House of Wakefield in 1973 after completing his engineering studies at COEP and currently is the chairman of the Wakefield Group. With his focus on international trade, Mr. Malhotra has traveled to over 60 countries and 150 cities abroad, thus giving him a broad appreciation and understanding of international business practices and economic scenarios. The company's products have received international quality awards from Europe and America. Mr. Mukesh Malhotra also leads the real estate development initiatives of the Wakefield Group, starting in 1988. He has also been in charge of the group's joint venture developments, totaling over 2 million square feet completed and about 5 million square feet under development. He has been actively involved in the activities of MCCIA for 35 years and served as president in 2008 and 10. He is a founder, trustee of the Pune International Center and is chairman of the Malhotra Wakefield Foundation, which provides mentoring and scholarships to graduate and postgraduate students in pure sciences, as well as supporting various other educational and humanitarian causes. He is also an active Rotarian. Currently, he is the chief functionary of the Indo-Swiss Center of Excellence, Pune, set up by the Malhotra Wakefield Foundation, passionately working towards preparing the youth of today with the skills of tomorrow, such as mechatronics, Industry 4.0, robotics and automation, underwater welding, and similar future-oriented technologies. Sir, it's an honor to have you as our chief guest today for the 48th Convocation. I also have the privilege of welcoming honorable office bearers of the Deccan Education Society, Dr. Sharad Kunte, Shri Mahesh Athavle, and Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni, well known and highly respected as academicians, thought leaders, and practitioners under their guidance, Deccan Education Society has progressed in its quest for social and economic transformation through quality education and learning opportunities. Today's ceremony is blessed with the presence of Dr. Sushma Keskar and Dr. Anil Keskar, daughter and son-in-law of our founder-director, respected management guru Dr. P.C. Shezwalkar. Their presence makes today's convocation momentous with the conferring of the first Dr. P.C. Shezwalkar Award of Merit to the deserving student from this batch of 2022. A very warm welcome to all dignitaries, guests and diplomates in the audience. In every kitchen across the land, there's magic ingredient at hand. It's Wakefield, the spice of life, that adds flavor to all your strife. Whether it's pasta or jellies galore, Wakefield's blends always leave you wanting more. From custard to ice cream mix, it's impossible not to get your flavor fix. So go ahead, let your taste buds dance. With Wakefield, every dish has a chance to be a flavor sensation, a culinary delight, all thanks to the magic of Wakefield spice. So sprinkle, mix and stir away and discover a new taste every day. With Wakefield by your side, you're sure to find a world of deliciousness, one spice at a time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to copy that for.
This generation will identify with the one who made this poem. The poetry credit goes to ChatGPT. 1,000 plus AI tools were launched in the month of March. 77% of the devices we use feature one form or the other of AI. In the morning today, I discovered a directory of 3,000 AI tools that would make my life easier, my work faster, and my progress certain. The pace of technological advancements is unprecedented. Ladies and gentlemen, we at IMDR are in the business of nurturing natural intelligence in this world where artificial intelligence has seeped every aspect of our work and life. My team of faculty is responsible to groom and deliver knowledge workers in times when knowledge has become a pre-mixed product in a ready-to-use format. We live in times where industry alignment of curriculum and pedagogy have acquired a whole new meaning, where benchmarks and best practices have become fluid. Advanced machines and AI are capable of performing tasks that were once thought to be the sole domain of human beings. Honorable Chairman, sir, we understand that we have the responsibility to find ways to reskill and upskill our students to ensure that they remain employable in an AI-powered world. So, we go beyond teaching through curriculum. The budding managers sitting in the audience today and our current students enter the corporate world equipped with decision-making skills in complex and uncertain environments, understanding human emotions and social cues, and a strong sensitivity, empathy, and connect with the business, social, and natural environment. While there are core courses on machine learning, data analytics, and AI implementation for foundational understanding, hands-on experience is enabled through real-world projects that involve learning by doing. A culture of continuous learning is fostered by encouraging students to attend conferences, webinars, workshops, and other industry events to keep up with the latest trends and developments. We also focus on developing the soft skills of our students, such as critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. These skills help them adapt to changing technologies and remain employable in the long run. Core domain subjects, thinking courses, technical skills, live on-field projects, and a 6-month industry internship are embedded well within the 2-year PGDM program to make our students intellectually and emotionally corporate ready in an AI-powered world. In addition, at IMDR, we promote the development of values and ethics through service learning opportunities, character education activities, and leadership development initiatives. These help students to develop a sense of compassion and social responsibility and make positive contributions to the society. Our efforts have been recognized by the All India Council of Technical Education. The sheer hard work, single-minded focus towards goals, and learner centricity of my team have been rewarded with the NBA accreditation and equivalence by the Association of Indian Universities. In this challenging journey, we are grateful for the unwavering support from our parent body, the Deccan Education Society. The nurturing environment of the DES, resources, and guidance have been pillars of support that we needed. This evening, a total of 114 students will receive their diplomas, with most of them in attendance for the ceremony. Awards for achievements will be conferred. IMDR legacy reflects in these young professionals through their values, thought process, and decision making. Sir, there are many gems in the audience today. Akshay Pawar is a testament to the power of perseverance and courage in the face of the most adverse circumstances. And he will continue to inspire the future batches of IMDRites. Kunj Trivedi, the sharp and lively face of this batch, the sharp and lively face of this batch, whose placement was a reason for regret for every next company on campus. Samruddhi Kulkarni, Swaraj Thakre, and Christy Anthony, your work in the placement cell and for managing the tasks allocated to you so well are well recognized. Rishabh Solanki, Mihir Ingle, and Gaurav Barambe, we remember you for bringing the campus to life in every event. Pratik Bhasme, your music resounds in our ears. Alisha Lalani and Diganta Chakrabarti, your contribution to the industry interface activities made a huge difference. Abhishek Borse, Viraj Gadge, and Yuga Jyoti Sahu, the many hours that you invested in live projects were very valuable. Ankita Yadav, you are appreciated for always taking the initiative and your research skills. Kaustubh Bodas, you captured so many special moments with your lens. Aditya Puranik, Shravani Potnis, and Prasad Thakkar, your support in building our network with management aspirants has been very valuable. Honorable Chairman, sir, every student of this batch, over 2 years of their journey at IMDR, has left an imprint in more ways than one. As we look at them sitting in the audience, we feel rich with memories. On behalf of all of us at IMDR, I congratulate you on receiving diplomas and awards. We wish you all the very best in life and hope that you will make the most of the opportunities it presents. Now, when you carry IMDR in your resume to make a mark in the corporate world, we watch you with great satisfaction and pride. Having you back home and in the audience today is an overwhelming vision. It's been long since we told you this, and with the loudest cheer, I want to say that you are fabulous. Keep shining, and in all your endeavors and efforts, keep the IMDR flag soaring high. Stay in touch and keep coming back. With great happiness and loud applause, IMDR presents to you the PGDM batch of 2022 on this 15th day of April 2023. Thank you.
This exhortation is an ever-guiding sermon from Upanishads. Satyam vada, speak the truth. Dharmam chara, practice virtue. Swadhyayat ma pramada, neglect not your own duty. Satyat na pramaditavyam, do not swerve from the truth. Dharmat na pramaditavyam, do not swerve from the duty. Kushalat na pramaditavyam, do not neglect what is good. Bhutyai na pramaditavyam, do not neglect what leads to prosperity. Swadhyay pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam, do not neglect learning and teaching. Matru devo bhava, Pitru devo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, Atidhi devo bhava, Rashtra devo bhava. Be one to whom a mother is a god, a father, a teacher, a guest, and the nation is God. Yani anavadyani karmani, tani tvaya sevitavyani, no itarani. Those acts which are blameless should be practiced, not others. Yani asmakam sucharitani, tani tvaya upasyani. Whatever good works have been performed by us, those should be observed by you. Esha adeshaha, esha upadeshaha, etad anushasanam, evam upasitavyam, evam upasitavyam. This is a directive, this is the advice, this is the instruction. Thus, should be this observed?
I now request our chief guest to deliver his lecture.
Dr. Kunte, Mr. Mahesh Athavale, Dr. Shikha Jain, dignitaries on and off the dais, trustees of this esteemed Deccan Education Society, faculty members, and of course my young friends here graduating this very valuable program. Greetings and Jai Hind. At the outset, I would like to thank the board of IMDR for giving me this honor to preside over this convocation. It is indeed very refreshing and heartening to be in the company of such bright and lively minds, which I have just heard, full of enthusiasm and vigor, and even more full of, I hope, innovative new ideas and thoughts as you take your first steps in your careers. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors and sincerely hope that you will prove to be assets not only to yourselves and your families, but assets for our nation's growth and progress. I was just telling the dignitaries I was sitting with that as a happy coincidence, today or tomorrow marks almost exactly 50 years since I started my own career at Wakefield in April '73. Thank you. Over these 50 momentous years, I must admit that I have seen not only this country but the world at large go through some of the most meaningful and epochal shifts and changes. Honestly, in my opinion, all of us who were born in the 40s, 50s and 60s have witnessed changes in these 5 decades of relative peace, which have been the most profound changes that the world has witnessed over the past, in 50 years. No other 50-year period, I think, in the past has had that many changes, that many important and, sort of very, very drastic changes as we have seen in these 50 years, as I go ahead a little. While most of these changes have been for the better and positive, some unfortunately have not been so positive, like pollution and climate change, which we'll talk about later. And so, as the saying goes, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in interesting times. As you young folk step into the world, you're all going to face a number of challenges, some of which are known and foreseeable, and some are unfortunately unknown and unforeseen. Hence, the subject of my talk today is the challenges ahead. While you all may have heard most of what I say before, I believe that a quick review of these challenges bears repetition. Research tells us that an idea only gets embedded in us humans when we hear it at least 7 times. If you want a message to go through properly, you must ensure that the person you're giving it to hears it at least 7 times. believe me, that's the only way of getting the message across and embedding it. So even though you may have heard all these things that I'm going to tell you before, I'm taking the risk of saying them again because I think that it bears repetition. So please, we're talking about the challenges ahead, but challenges, please, have something embedded in them, and if you take away those three letters in between, L, L and E, they become changes. And it's not just changes, but as Mrs. Jain just mentioned, it's rapid changes. And not only, please, next, yeah. This side. Yeah. Rapid changes and multidimensional changes. It's not just changes in one area or two areas. In every area that you can think of, change is happening. Change also brings in fear of an uncertain future. But fear is not necessary, because I honestly believe that human ingenuity resolves all issues that we face. All along in our few thousand years of history, we have faced many challenges and we've always come up with solutions for them. And I don't see any reason why we should not be able to do that again. The first change is change in technology. Mrs. Jain just mentioned about AI, chat GPT. I mean, not many of you here, except some of the people sitting in front, will remember what telephones looked like 50 years ago. They were rotary dial telephones. You had to dial the number, and if you had to make a call outside of the city, you had to dial a particular number, 180 if I remember correctly, and then you had to book a call. And then the operator would connect you after half an hour or 1 hour, and then you could speak, and you had 3 minutes to speak, after which you were charged more. From there, rotary dial phones stayed from 1870 roughly, or 1880 when they were sort of invented, till the 40s or 50s. In the 50s and 60s, we came up with another change after so many years of what was called the push button phone, where instead of a rotary dial, you had these push buttons and you could make phone calls. And gradually we had something what was called STD, subscriber trunk dialing, where you could make direct dial calls to cities other than your own. Very soon, in hardly 8 or 10 years after that, we had the first set of mobile feature phones. They were like clunky big bricks, and we were charged 24 rupees per minute of going and coming calls, outgoing and incoming calls. Very soon after that, we came to smartphones. So what I mean is that up from 1880 to 1940, it took that many years to go to the next step. But from 1960 or so to 2000, we've taken 5 more steps. In half the time, we've gone to something which is unbelievable. The average smartphone today, average, not the best ones, just the average smartphones today, contains more computing power than the Apollo 11 capsule that took man for first time to the moon. I mean, that's unbelievable. That little damn thing that we carry with us has so much, technology in it. So what I mean is that the rate at which things are changing, if you look at music, again, some of the people here in front will remember that we started with old gramophone records where you had to wind a machine and then put a new needle and put it like this, and then the gramophone would play a scratchy little sound, which was rarely the same as the actual sound of the person who sang it or the musician who played the music. Gradually, we went on to vinyl based 45 RPM, records. From records, we went to record changers. Then we went into stereo music, and then after that, we went into tape recorders, then cassettes. From cassettes to cartridges, from cartridges to CDs, and then on to MP3. All this happened in a very short period of time, as compared to when gramophone started until the time that we went into. So what I'm trying to get across is that the rate of change is expediting in every possible way, and these are just things that that kind of tend to show it a little more because we're familiar with these things. But if you look back in your own lives, even you gentlemen and ladies who are in your mid-20s, you will realize how much change has taken place since you left school, for instance, when you were 15. And of course, with the coming of the internet, which up till about 20 years ago was something that was like hi-fi, high technology and things like that. Today, I mean, it has almost become like a part of electricity or water. You can't live without it. And we've reached the point where artificial intelligence and chatbots are more or less trying to take over, and disrupt many professions and vocations, and we all must get ready to face this huge disruption. The second set of changes that is taking place, climate change. I'm sure you've all heard of this, and I'm sure you're all aware of this. Only thing is that while we think of climate change as heat and things like that, it's not just that much. The effects of climate change on our agriculture, the effects of climate change on our food and eating habits, the effects of climate change on our employment, these things are going to be very, very drastic. The water situation in our country, in fact, all over the world, as they say, the next wars may most probably be fought for water and not for anything else. So these are the negative aspects of climate change. But as they say, every challenge brings out an opportunity. So climate change itself is sort of giving birth to many other technologies which are meant to mitigate it and which are meant to for us to be able to adjust to it, like electrical vehicles, renewable energy systems like solar energy, biodegradable plastics, and sequestration of CO2. This is a subject that's very close to my heart. See, we all realize that we need to conserve energy. It's okay. We all realize that we need to conserve energy. And I'm not against the fact that we need to be conserving and reducing the use of fossil fuels. But while use of fossil fuels is necessary, it is not sufficient. And this is something that we must all realize, because if we don't, we are really heading towards disaster. And I'll come to it why. All the scientists in the world are all agreed that the tipping point, an irreversible tipping point, is going to be 1.5 to 2 degrees centigrade temperature above average and 450 parts per million of carbon dioxide equivalent in the atmosphere. At this moment, do you know where we are? We are at roughly 415 to 420 parts per million, and 450 is the tipping point. So we have increased it from 280 to 290 parts per million, which was pre-industrial era, which you can say is about 1900. So in these last 200 years, we've taken it from roughly 200 to 420. Now the question is that, just if you all recall, 2-3 years ago we had this big lockdown, and almost the whole world was locked down for a month or so, or maybe a little longer also. And during that period, industry stopped, vehicles stopped, shops stopped, restaurants stopped. So a lot of energy was not being used, a lot of fossil fuels were not being burnt, and it was almost like world coming to a standstill. And yet our increase in CO2 slowed down but did not stop. What does that mean? That means that even if you stop the world, you are going to have an increase in CO2 content slowly. All you're going to do with all your conservation efforts is only delay that 450 parts per million from, instead of coming in 2035 or 2040, it will happen in 2060. So what we are talking about, conservation and reduction, is only going to be a band-aid solution and only delay the Armageddon and not prevent it. And I think if we want to survive, we need to prevent it. And according to me, one of the only ways of preventing it is that we take out from the atmosphere what we have put in. Carbon sequestration means that whatever carbon dioxide, methane and other carbon elements that we've put into the atmosphere need to be removed. And this is the big challenge, to be able to do it in gigatons in a short time and in an economical manner. that I think this world needs to face, and we all need to look at and try to find a sort of a Manhattan Project where everybody, all the best scientists in the world, get together and find a way of doing it. If we don't do it, all we are doing is delaying our Armageddon and not preventing it. So I think that is something that all you young people who are actually going to face this, most of us will probably not face this. By 2050 we'll all be gone, but by that time, when you guys are in your mid 60s and 70s, you're going to face these problems, and I think we should use all our brains and all our efforts to make sure that this does not happen. The next change that is taking place is demographic change. As I think all of you are aware, most of the world is getting older. Japan, Germany, and even China are, the number of older people is becoming a greater proportion of the population than the younger people. India, fortunately, has the exact reverse, and which is why if we play our cards well, we can reap what is called the demographic dividend. But if we do not, we will also have a demographic disaster. The USA is probably the only major economy which remains this thing because they allow immigration. But birth rates are falling all over the world, causing this particular reversion where larger number of people are getting out of the working age and lesser number of people are entering the working age, and that is creating big labor shortages for them, and hence increasing the amount of the importance of immigration labor or immigrant labor for their requirements. Japan, which is probably one of the most insulated countries in the world, has already started importing agricultural labor, including from India. Germany, I was surprised. I was sitting with the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce head the other day in Delhi, and she told me that, well, which are the two most vocations or professions required in Germany for which we have a great shortage of people? Can any one of you guess? Anybody? I can guarantee you nobody will guess. They need bakers and butchers, 400,000. They don't have young people wanting to get into these professions, and the older people are dying out. So, that is where I think the opportunity lies. China is suffering the effects of their one-child policy, which is now again, so there is having a labor shortage, the labor costs are going up, and that presents an opportunity for us. So just as there are challenges, for us, the demographic change presents an opportunity. I think all of us should be looking at how we can create the skills, create the knowledge, create the capacity to reduce the to take our skills abroad and help other countries to get over this shortage while we come out of it. Now, these are all some of the challenges and opportunities, but we need to cope and come out ahead. There's no point in just saying what the problems are. I think we also need to know what the solutions need to be. So there are basically, according to me, three areas. We need to be nimble, we need to be adaptive, and we need to acquire multidisciplinary skills. This is what we really need to do. Because change is happening so rapidly, we have to prepare ourselves to respond even more rapidly. If we keep sitting on our haunches and saying chalta hai, kal dekhenge, parso dekhenge, that is not going to solve our problem. So one of the ways of meeting these challenges that the rapid changes present is to become nimble, to think quick, to fail and fail fast, experiment and get ahead. But don't keep on, don't get into what is called analysis paralysis. Don't keep on analyzing things, don't keep on sitting on your haunches till you come to the best solution. Use a good solution and get forward, see what you can do to make yourself more nimble. Adaptive, because there's change, you have to be, you can't be what you are. You have to be able to adapt very quickly to what is going to happen. And for that, you need to be able to see what's happening a little bit ahead and then prepare yourselves by adapting to those circumstances. These are the two, nimble and adaptive, two things that we must have. And I think the world today is moving to a very multidisciplinary future. It's no longer physics for physicians, or physicists for physics and biologists, and these subjects don't meet. Today, almost everything that you see today that's happening is a combination of skills from various disciplines. Biology and physics are getting together. Sensors are coming out from chemicals and being used in physics. The superconducting materials are coming from chemistry. So what I mean is, electricity, for instance, is to be conducted, and it comes from chemical knowledge. So multidisciplinary skills, you must not be focused or specialize in one thing. You may be very good at one thing, but you must try to develop in yourself multidisciplinary skills where you can put together more than one discipline, more than one piece of education, and try to put it together towards making things happen. Just yesterday I was listening to a very new breakthrough, one of the most important breakthroughs in medical science, I believe, which has come out of India. And that is a simple blood test which tells you 25 different cancers, whether you have them or not, and at a stage when they're at the 1 and 2 cell level, and not when they're at the billion cells level. So it's such a young stage, such an early stage, that it is 100% curable. So this has all come out of a combination of skills from physics, from chemistry, from biology, from microbiology, from genetics. These 4 or 5 scientists from different fields have been able to get together and put their heads together and come up with a solution. And I believe that the future, everything important that will happen, all the major breakthroughs that will happen, will come from multidisciplinary skills of people getting together different skills, different disciplines, and putting together those things to come out with new products, new innovations, which will help us to solve these problems that we're talking about. I was just telling you about carbon sequestration. Now, the big problem is that if you get the carbon dioxide out of the air, what do you do with it? Now, recently they found a series of enzymes and bacteria which can convert that carbon dioxide, or in whatever form you have, into starch. Now, starch can be used to make biodegradable plastics. Starch can be used in foods. Starch can be used in feeds. So there is a huge requirement of starch. And so you can actually make this waste, which is otherwise a waste product and which is giving you problems in the atmosphere. You take it out of the atmosphere, convert it to something useful, and solve more than one problem in form of a circular economy. So that's what I wanted to, this thing, that the challenges are there, the changes are rapid, but if we are prepared for them and we get prepared, there is no need to be fearful of the uncertainty of the future. We just need to get prepared. And I hope that all you gentlemen and ladies will get prepared for it and be able to overcome these things in every possible way. Thank you very much, and I wish you all every success, all the best. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Please repeat after me. We, the students of IMDR, hereby solemnly undertake and pledge that we would follow conscientiously and sincerely the code of conduct involving professional management. We would undertake our work with full commitment and competence. We would maintain highest quality and standards in our personal as well as public life, and shall not do anything that will be repugnant to the image of IMDR as well as the image of the organization to which we would belong. Thank you. Kindly be seated.
Convocation is an important event in the life of a student, as it marks the transition from being a student to becoming a diplomat and alumnus, thus ushering a new phase of relationship with alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the PGDM batch of 2020-22. I would now request our chief guest, Mr. Mukesh Manotra, to kindly award the diplomas and medals to our students. We begin with Abhishek Borse, Aditya Nimak, Akash Polavar, Akshay Dabhole, Amlan Das Gupta, Anant Kirti, Akshay, Amlan Das Gupta, Anant Kirti, Anjana Nair, Anuja Deshpande, Apurva Malviya, Atharva Joshi, Avdut Hinge Patil, Ayush Vani, Ayushi Sahu, Christy Anthony, Christy Anthony, Diganta Chakravarti, Gaurav Kalambe, Rishikesh Karandikar, Kalyani Morankar, Kunal Sharma, Madhura Limaye, Neha Sonagra, Nupur Khandilkar, Prasad Thakkar, Prathamesh, Prasad, Prinul Joshi, Prathamesh, Prinul Joshi, Prinul Jain, Rishabh Solanki, Rohan Chaudhary, Rucha Deshmukh, Sanat Kolekar, Saurabh Bhatkhande, Saurabh Pol, Shahrukh Soratia, Saurabh Pol, then post that Shahrukh. Srinath Shinde. Shruti Jain. Shyam Songire. Vaishnavi Dombe. Varda Sakirkar. Vartika Gupta. Viraj Ghadge. Yash Sumant. Yashraj More. Arya Suresh. Carol Varghese. Gopal Kallurkar. Omesh Chindarkar. Piyusha Sonavne. Prakash Kumar. Pranita Joshi. Shivani Papat. Shravani Potnis. Tanaya. Mujummale. Tushar Malik. Yugjoti Sahu. Madhvi. Nidhi Suri. ऋषिकेश शिंदे. नीलेश मस्के. पूजा काले. प्रियंका ठाकुर. मितेश विरानी. Tanmay Kulkarni, Amol Palve, Prajwal Nagtode, Gargi Biswas, Prachi Bhatt, Ankita Yadav, Kaustubh Bodas, Swarali Shah, Sakshi Shah, Akash Pathak, Ashish Giri, Chaitali Mule, Suryansh, Siddharth Pathak, Now, I will be announcing the awards, trophies and prizes which are unique to the legacy of IMDR. Each award identifies different capabilities in students, and students are selected on the basis of their contribution befitting the description of the award. 2 special awards have been instituted by the PGDM class of 1994 to honor the memory of their classmate Jaideep Shivdasani, who passed away in an accident in Mumbai. Jaideep was working with Telco and his glorious career was cut short by fate. He was a very good student and keen sportsman. The trophy is therefore being awarded to the student who has performed well in both academics and sports and extracurricular activities. The Jaideep Trophy for the student who has performed well in academic, sports and extracurricular activities goes to Kunj Trivedi. Please give her a big hand. The Jaideep Trophy for the best sportsman of the batch goes to Rutvij Bhide. Please give him a big hand. The Malina Roy Award is instituted for overall outstanding achievement against incredible odds. This award is given to recognize the efforts of the student who has achieved excellence in spite of facing hardships and challenges. This year, the award goes to Akshay Pawar. Please give him a big hand. Late Brigadier NB's Grand Prize is given to the student for standing first in the discipline of ethics and value system. The award goes to Advait Likite. Please give him a big hand. The late Arjun Singh Gandhi Trophy for Artistic Excellence is for initiatives and execution in any form of creative art, painting, music, poetry, etc. This year, the late Arjun Singh Gandhi Trophies for Artistic Excellence is given to Pratik Bhasme. The Chetan Singh Trophy for Best Outgoing Student who has shown organizing talent goes to Gaurav Bharambe. Please give him a big hand. Two prizes will be given to young professional prize. This trophy is instituted by the class of 1985 in the memory of their classmate Vijay Hathi Ramani. The winner is selected on the basis of conduct, curricular performance, organizing capacity and professional competence. The Vijay Hathi Ramani Young Professional Award goes to Mihir Ingre. The Vijay Hathi Ramani Trophy for Overall Excellence goes to Swaraj Thakre. Silver medal is given to Samriddhi Kulkarni. For the first time in the history of IMDR, we announce a special award in the memory of Dr. Shezvalkar. As founder and director of IMDR and as life member of DE Society, one need not elaborate on Dr. Shezvalkar's deep relationship with IMDR and DE Society. He was a friend, philosopher and guide to thousands of commerce and management students. He adored his students and students adored him. In the memory of late Dr. P.C. Shezvalkar, a cash prize of Rs 5,000 and certificate of merit by Shezvalkar Education Society will be given to the meritorious student of the PGDM program, student who stood first in order of merit in final examination in IMDR. For this, ma'am is already here, Dr. Sushma Keskar ma'am, daughter of Dr. Shezvalkar sir, to give gold medal and cash prize to Aditya Puranik. Digvijay Shekhawat, please receive your degree. Congratulations to all the diplomates. Thank you, sir. Now, we head to our book launch, for which I request Professor Gopa Das to take over.
Thank you, Pritha. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, diplomates, students, parents, and everyone present here today. We are honored to be here today to launch our book, Sugam Sarita. This book has been a labor of exploration and an immense journey, and it fills us with joy to share it with you all today. IMDR, being a socially inclined management institute, decided to reconnect the youth with the rivers, and the research project Sugam Sarita was undertaken. Sugam means easy to attain and Sarita means river. The research project has initiated students to visit and understand the importance of rivers for human existence. We wrote it with an intention of sensitizing our students on the current conditions of our rivers and strategizing steps for river revivals. I would like to take a moment of thank everybody who has helped us bring this book to life. First and foremost, the stature of this book has reached the sky, as the foreword for this book has been written than none other than Mr. Atul Kirloskar himself, who endorsed the book. A special thank you to him. We would like to express our deep and sincere gratitude to our chairman, Dr. Sharat Kunte, our vice chairman, Shri Mahesh Athavale, Secretary DS, Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni, for giving us the opportunity to conduct this research. We thank our director, Dr. Shikha Jain, for her constant support and encouragement. We extend our heartfelt thanks to our IMDR family, our faculty colleagues, and non-teaching staff for their genuine support throughout this journey. We acknowledge and appreciate the efforts of our students in conducting the survey, gathering information, and making the research work more perfecting by capturing the real-time photographs. At the same time, we thank the respondents for sharing their responses and experience. We hope that you enjoy Sugam Sarita as much as we enjoyed writing it. And we hope that it will take you on a journey, inspire you, and leave you with a perspective. Thank you once again for being here today and bestowing your love and support on us. And now I request the dignitaries and the authors to come forward for unveiling the book. Thank you, everybody. And now it's time to announce the winners for the business plan competition. And to do so, I call upon my co-host, Dr. Sonali Khurjekar, to announce the awardees.
Good evening, all. In order to promote the culture of entrepreneurship, IMDR organizes business plan competition. This year, we received 23 innovative business plans from across the country, and 7 of them were shortlisted to present their ideas in front of investors for the final round, which was held on March 25th. And I'm extremely happy to announce the winners of the business plan competition. The third prize of Rs 20,000 for the best business plan goes to Saira Jahivale, student of BMCC, for his startup 42 EV Tech and Services. I request Saira to please come over. I request Mukesh Malhotra sir to please present the award. Congratulations. Congratulations, Sairaj. The second prize of Rs 30,000 goes to Aryan Raul from NIT Suratkal for his startup Just Travelite. Unfortunately, Aryan could not make it here because of his examinations. So we move to the first prize. The first prize of Rs 50,000 for the best business plan goes to Krish Agarwala, student of Ferguson College, for his startup Kaza. Congratulations, Krish. This time at IMDR, The participants had an opportunity to display their business plan in an exhibition, and we had an award for the best exhibit also. This award of rupees 5,000 for the best exhibit goes to Amog Mai for his startup Poshak. I request Amog to please come over. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, sir.
I now request Honorable Chairman Sir Dr. Sharad Kunte to deliver his address.
Congratulations, all of you. India is moving towards becoming an economic superpower. In the next few years, Prime Minister Modi's $5 trillion economy dream will come to reality. Some well-known world economists have expressed that considering the speed at which Indian economy is progressing, till the completion of 100 years of India's independence, that is until 2047, Indian economy will reach worth $30 trillion. Growth of the national economy is directly proportional to the growth of the industrial systems in our country. Every industry or business in our country must be Atmanirbhar. All needs of the society should be fulfilled at minimum cost and should be able to provide better quality of products to the society. At the same time, the working conditions in the industry should be satisfactory with the regards to employees, and they should be eco-friendly too. To achieve this, an industry needs skillful management experts. That's why the speed at which Indian economy is growing and the speed at which India's industries are growing, the need to create equivalent number of management experts has arisen in our country. I am proud to say that Dr. Shezwalkar had the foresight to identify this need of the country many years ago, and to overcome this crisis, he had built a component management organization like IMDR. Those days, such a management institute was unique in Pune and perhaps all over the Maharashtra. Even today, IMDR is progressing day by day and crossing new horizons of progress. In early times, IMDR had an ability to accommodate only 60 students. That limit was elevated to 120 in the course of time, and now it has reached up to 180. Even though there are many colleges running MBA courses in our vicinity, and IMDR is conducting only postgraduate diploma in management, IMDR is still able to fill all 180 seats easily. This fact may surprise others. In reality, there is no need for people to be shocked. The reason is that wherever quality is seen, the new generation is automatically attracted. IMDR management and its professors are keen to maintain this quality. This year, IMDR went through NBA accreditation and scored well. The development of IMDR students is no longer limited to academics. We provide them an exposure to various subjects by arranging various seminars, study circle, outdoor surveys, and research work. IMDR organized seminars on the occasion of Lokmanya Tilak's centenary year of death and published a special issue addressing his contribution to national education. The professors as well as students made a good contribution to this publication. We had organized a seminar discussing the national march towards $5 trillion economy. In this context, IMDR published a special issue which was recognized by ISBN number. IMDR now publishes every year a resourceful booklet addressing the matters relevant to the present context. Research and consultancy activity is our USP. As a next step, IMDR and Ferguson College jointly started an incubation center. It is started in the name of Dr. Shezolkar, popularly known as Management Guru. This incubation center is receiving good response from the students. They are coming forward with many actionable ideas which can be crystallized in future in the form of a business activity. Our alumni association has strongly assured us that if some good ideas surface from the students, we will help to transform them into visible industries. This activity will be one step ahead in the direction of our national need, that is eradication of unemployment. We want our students not only to be job seekers but job creators. The capacity of an organization is proven when you meet your own needs and extend help to other needy institutes. Our organization has a power to strengthen many other institutes that intend to work in harmony. Two experienced and competent faculties have been transferred to our another business school, Jayashri Kothari Business School at Mumbai, to strengthen academic and administrative aspects, as the institute is relatively new and IMDR has a great legacy of imparting quality education. Both those faculties are now present here in this particular function also. I congratulate them. I am glad to inform you that these faculties gracefully accepted our request and have started working there. For an organization, its greatest strength comes from alumni. Today, all of you have completed formal education from this noble institute, and you will step into the professional world confidently. I believe that you will never forget your golden days at this college. The college will always be in touch with all of you, and you will always associate us in your helping hands. Your progress is always associated with the progress of this educational institute and vice versa. Together, we will contribute to the development of the country. On this occasion, I wish a great, prosperous, and enriching professional and personal life to all of you. Thank you.
I now request Dr. Sharat Kunte, Chairman, Council and Governing Body DES, to felicitate our Chief Guest. Now I request Sri Mahesh Atavale, Chairman LMC, for the vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on the dais and friends, this is an auspicious day for all of you. The entire career is ahead of you, and we wish you all best of luck. You will be the torch bearers, flag bearers of IMDR and Deccan Education Society. So never ever remember that whatever you have learnt in last 2 years' time. Today, since last 1.5 hours, we have been enjoying the session. I would like to mention only 2 or 3 points which I picked up as a takeaway from the lecture delivered by director and of course addressed by the chief guest. Here what she mentioned was about, instead of artificial intelligence, we tried to develop natural intelligence. So that was the first takeaway. Number 2, intellectually and emotionally empowered students, that is the objective of IMDR. So that is what we expect from all of you. What Mukeshji mentioned, he of course mentioned about the change in technology, change in climate, change in demography. But what appreciated by me was, which was not known to me, that even carbon dioxide, the most hazardous gas, can be converted into a starch. And that reminds me of a Sanskrit couplet. amantram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anaushadham, ayogyah purusho nasti, yojakas tatra durlabha. The meaning is very simple. Nothing in this world is useless. Everything, every person has its own use. Problem is with the yojak. Yojakas tatra durlabha. So if you can be a good coordinator, perhaps you can make best use of even the things which are otherwise thought of a wasteful thing. So I am also further glad the message was passed on to me. I don't know what Mukesh ji mentioned to director. The message is, Mr. Mukesh Malhotra wants to give a prize of rupees 1 lakh for a new and innovative business idea in carbon sequestration in the next business plan competition. So we appreciate his gesture, and he was also rather mentioning whether he can come as a guest lecturer for international trade. I said it's a blessing in disguise because he has, as when Director Madam introduced him, you would have noticed that he has traveled more than 50 countries and 165 cities. He is exporting his products since last maybe 50 years or so. So I think perhaps he is the best person who can teach us about international trade and how to create a brand. And he was telling stories about what Wakefield brand is all about. Anyway, I think when you interact with him, maybe you all, I am sure that you are leaving this institute, but I think you can give sufficient announcement and we can give benefit of his lecture to all the students. So let me pick up 3 more words. He mentioned about nimble, adaptive and multidisciplinary skill sets. So that's a message from our chief guest. So thank you very much. Let me compliment the team, the teaching staff, non-teaching staff, the students who took initiative in organizing this program, and of course everybody who worked for this program and made it success. I must also convey my gratitude to Mr. and Mrs. Keskar, who have launched a new prize in the name of Dr. Shezvalkar. So it's a kind of a family get-together. So without any much ado, I say that thank you very much and wish all the best to the students. Thank you.
There will be Pasaidan.
आता विश्वात्मके देवे येणे वाग्यज्ञे तोषावे तोषो निमज द्यावे पसाय दान जे खळांची व्यंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रती वाढो भूता परस्परे पडो मैत्र जीवाचे दुरितांचे तिमिर जावो विश्वस्वधर्म सूर्ये पावो जो जे वांछील तो ते लाहो प्राणी जात वर्षत सकळ मंगळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाळी अनवरत भूमंडळी भेट तू भूता चला कल्पतरूंचे आरव चेतना चिंतामणीचे गाव बोलते जे अर्णव पियुषाचे चंद्रमेजे अलांछन मार्तंड जे तापहीन ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन सोय रे होतो किंबहुना सर्वसुखी पूर्ण होनी तिन्ही लोकी भजिजो आदि पुरुष दृष्टादृष्टविजये होवावे जी येथ म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वराव हा होईल दानपसाव येणे वरे ज्ञानदेवो सुखिया झाला सुखिया झाला सुखिया झाला.
We will now stand up for the national anthem.
भारत माता की
I declare that the function is over.